Hello and welcome to our special broadcast on the FIFA World Cup 2022. We are coming to you live from downtown Doha, and this is where all the action is going to unfold because just a little over 48 hours to go for that big final versus Argentina and France. We've got you covered here with all the latest analysis as well as the latest news that is emerging out of Qatar. Joining us for the analysis will be Indian footballer Dalima Chhibber. But before I go to Dalima, here's the latest that's coming out of Doha, and this pertains to both the teams, that is France and Argentina. It's great news if you're a French fan, not so great news if you're an Argentinian fan. Just to add to that Karim Benzema bit, remember he was ruled out of this World Cup, but they did not ask for a replacement, the French team, which technically means that they can have him play. Had he been substituted or they'd got a replacement for him, he may not have been available for the final game. So technically he's allowed to play, but whether he does or does not, we'll have to wait and watch on that one. Dalima is with us. Dalima, what do you reckon? Assuming Karim Benzema is fit and is available, if you were Didier Deschamps, would you risk him playing suddenly the final, or would you rather go with someone like Giroud, who served you well throughout this tournament and brought you to the finals? Would you want to make these last-minute changes, or would you want to reward the players that have got you to the final?
For me, I think it would be crucial at this moment because, again, it's a final game. You wouldn't want to take that risk. And if I would be the manager, I wouldn't be up to taking that risk. I would put him on the bench. I would, probably substitute him later into the game. But I think because the French team has been so confident and they've been able to produce performances, they've been able to score goals. And between Giroud and Mbappe, they share 9 goals together. I feel like he does have that, scoring power. So I feel like making these changes at the end and in the final game, I think could do more harm than good to the French team, because again, he hasn't really played any game in the World Cup. So I think for him to settle at the last moment and coming back from an injury, we don't know if he's going to be able to match that intensity. So I feel like he could probably use him as a crucial element or a surprise element maybe later towards the game in the last 30 minutes. But I think to start with the same team and have the same striking line is going to be crucial, because again, France has been able to score in early minutes in the game, and I feel like if they have to be able to sustain themselves against Argentina again, which is another scoring force and a team which has great strikers, they would want to score early and have that pressure off of them.
Okay, I think what Dalima is saying, pretty much the sentiment has been the same amongst all the other football pundits. When you ask about Karim Benzema, most believe that at best you have him on the bench last 10-15 minutes. If you need a goal, if you're trailing against Argentina, then you throw in everything that you have, and maybe then bring on someone like a Karim Benzema, but no question of him starting. The other bit, as we reported, Dalima, about Lionel Messi, I think why this news is also doing the round, apart from him missing the training session, is the fact that we saw him clutching his hamstring in that semi-final that he played against Croatia. What do you reckon usually the teams do? Is it precautionary? Because from there on, after clutching the hamstring, he did go on to play a good 50-60 minutes of football. Could it be precautionary then?
Definitely. I think it has to be a precaution because, again, he has said that he was going to be coming back. And had it been something really major, I feel he would have probably substituted himself, or he would have gone out to take that rest. And a lot of times in teams and a lot of players have, missed a training when they have needed that extra amount of rest, because, again, looking at his age and looking at his form in the game, he has played all the games. He has been able to perform, really well. And again, football is a very, very physical contact game, and it does tire you out at the end of the day. But again, to take one day off, to miss out one training, it shouldn't really, lead to conclusions of whether he would play or not. But I think whatever Messi has been able to say and in all of his interviews, I think, he's going to come out and he's going to be playing and he's going to stand up for his team, because again, players need rest, and for him to be able to take that one day off shouldn't be the deciding factor of whether he would show up or not.
Okay, so you heard it from Dalmia there. Dalima just reiterating exactly what has been the common sentiment here, that don't read too much into Messi missing that one practice session. Usually it does happen before a big game, and also they've had a very tiring campaign here at the FIFA World Cup, so it's pretty much common then to players to miss out one or two training sessions. Okay, it's also a contest between Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe. Both have got 5 goals. Don't know who comes out on top there, but one thing is for certain, that we've seen some quality goals throughout this tournament. Dalima, just overall quality that we've seen of football at this World Cup. We've had a few FIFA World Cups in the past, and I can recall them, where you didn't see some great football, very cagey encounters. But this time around, would you say, in terms of the standard of football, in the terms of standard of goal scoring, this World Cup has been right up there?
Yeah, like this World Cup has been very surprising to say the least, because again we have seen some very strong statements and very strong performances from a lot of teams, and we saw not only just teams from Europe or South America do really well, but again there were a lot of Asian teams and African teams setting records and making history. So again this World Cup has been huge when it comes to performances, and we know a lot of players are going to be going out, being on the radar for a lot of managers and getting a lot of deals when it comes to being able to expose to professional football. But yes, definitely some brilliant and outstanding performances from a lot of goalkeepers, some amazing goals, and some really good really good tactical plays from a lot of teams. So again, like I've always said, that this World Cup has been very surprising when it comes to performances, and it has been a roller coaster ride, and I have enjoyed every bit of it.
Okay, and tell you what, just to add on to what Dalima just said, the World Cup is not over as yet. We've still got a final to go. We've still got a third position game to go. For all you know, we'll see some stunning football there as well. But Dalima Chhibber, thanks so much for joining us. Just talking about the FIFA World Cup in general, it's a global event. The entire world is watching. It's often said, in sporting parlance, that there are more members of FIFA than they are of the UN itself. That means the entire world has the attention when the FIFA World Cup is on. And that is why probably it also becomes a platform to make a statement, as I discovered when I met a young 23-year-old from Iran. Watch this special report. As protests in Iran gather momentum over women's rights and freedom, here at the FIFA World Cup, I came across a young, very confident 23-year-old who's trying to highlight the plight of women back home in her country by doing what she does best: play football.
When they see girl, yeah, they like it, and when they see Muslim girls, maybe a girl with cover, they thinking that it's a little harder to do tricks with this cover, and then they're interested in, yeah. I saw a lot of great reaction here, and I'm really happy about this, and super happy that can motivate everyone to go for sports with cover, and that's good, I think.
Women in Iran have been trying to fight compulsory dress code for decades now. But girls like Hasna Miradi are slowly and gradually trying to change that by kicking away the moral police. In Doha, Nikhil Nas for India Today. Okay, here's a reminder, we were bringing you this program live from Doha, Qatar. This is where the FIFA World Cup is happening, and it's not just Lionel Messi or Kylian Mbappe or various other players that have been the showpiece event here in Doha. There are also various interesting things to notice here, to go and visit. Qatar have hosted a very successful World Cup, and they're using this opportunity to showcase their sporting history. So I went to the Qatar Olympic Museum, where not only did I get to see a lot of Indian sportsmen, I also saw some very special memorabilia that belong to the likes of Diego Maradona, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Enjoy this as we say bye-bye. So what do football fans do here in Qatar 2022 when there is no game? Well, they head to a stadium like this one right behind me. No, not to watch a football game, but there are lots of other things that have been planned. For example, this Al Khalifa stadium that you see behind me is also doubling up as a sports and football museum. So football fans can come and take a look at very special memorabilia that's on display here. Let's go. This is Lionel Messi's jersey. Now he must be wearing number 10, but he used to wear number 19. And this is the first ever World Cup that he took part in, 2006. If you've got Messi, how can Cristiano Ronaldo be far behind? Some more Indian connection with a Sachin Tendulkar signed bat at the Olympic Museum here. And one of the greatest Indian athlete ever, Dhyan Chand, also finds a mention at this Olympic Museum. This is a hockey stick that he used in the 1936 Olympic Games, in which he captained the team and played the final and beat the Germans 8-1. So it's his hockey stick used by none other than Major Dhyan Chand.